Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Syajarul Imna. We from Group 2 will present our group project about ratio analysis. So introduce myself, I'm Fatin Nursyazana. My group member, Lutfie, Al-Husni, Sasikala and Kanchana. So our presentation will include introduction, ratio analysis, trend analysis, peer comparison, recommendation and conclusion. So now I will start with the introduction of these three company. The first one, we choose the company that in same field, which is Dash Lady, FNN and also Spritzer. These three company is field in food and beverage. So we can see the ratio is same within the three company. So for the next part, I will pass it to Lutfie.
Okay, thank you, Shazana. So I will talk about the ratio from Dutch Lady Milk Industry Berhad. So the first one is carbon ratio. The highest is 2016 with 1.2. Next, quick ratio. The highest one is also from 2016 with 0.9. Next, inventory turnover, and the highest is from 2016 with 9.3. Next, day sales outstanding, and the highest is from 2018 with 39.11 days. Next is fixed asset turnover. So the highest from 2016 with 10.3. Next, total asset turnover. So the highest is 2018 with 2.6. Next, total debt to total capital, and the highest is from 2020 with 12.6%. Next, times interest earned, the highest is 2017 and 2019 both get 4.0. Next, operating margin, and the highest is 2016 with 18.3%. Next, profit margin, and the highest is also from 2016 with 24%. Next, ROA or return on total asset, and the highest is 2016 with 21.2%. Next, ROE or return on common equity, and the highest also from 2016 with 21.5%. Next, return on invested capital or ROIC, with the highest is 46% from 2016. Next, price earning ratio, and the highest one is from 2020 with 57.5, and last one is market book ratio, and the highest is from 2018 with 7.9. So next, I will pass to Kanchana. Over to you, Kanchana.
Thank you, Lutfie. Okay, the ratio analysis from FN company. Okay, the first ratio is current ratio. In the highest one in current ratio is in 2016, that is 3.60, and the second quick ratio that also highest in 2016, that was 3.05, and the next one is inventory turnover. Inventory turnover also the highest one in 2016, that is 8. And next, day sales outstanding, the highest one in 2020, that is 73 days. And the next one is fixed assets turnover. The highest one is 2016, that is 4.03. The next one is total asset turnover. The highest is also same in 2016, that is 0.52. And the next one is total debit to total capital. The highest one is on 2018, 38.4%. And next one is time interested earned. The highest one in 2016, that is 25.75. And next one is operating margin. The operating margin in IS1 in 2019 is 9.0 percentage, and profit margin is IS1 2017 is 70 percentage, and return on total asset also is same in 2017 is highest 27 percentage. And the next one is return on common equity. The highest one in 2017 also is 47 percentage. And next one is return on invested capital. The highest one is 2016, 2018, 2019, 2020, because the all is same, remain in 3 percentage. And basic earning power is the highest one in 2019, that is 4 percentage. And next one is price and earning ratio. The highest one in 2016, that one 18.59. And the last one is market and book. The highest ratio in also in 2016, that is 0.98 ratio. So next I pass down to Sasikala.
All right, thank you, Kanchana. Okay, I'll go with Sprita Berhad. First one, current ratio is highest with 2017 amount 9.47. Second, quick ratio, the highest is 2017 again with 8.14. Inventory turnover, the highest rate is for 2020, which is 10.46. Day sales outstanding, the highest rate is 2017, which is 21.35 days. Fixed asset turnover, highest is 2016 with 2.22. Total asset turnover, the highest is 2016 also with 0.83. Total debt to total capital, highest is 2016 with 23%. Times interest earned, highest is 2020 with 139.13. Next, operating margin, the highest is 2016 with 13%. Profit margin, the highest rate is for 2020, that is 12%. Return on total asset is for highest rate is for 2016 8%. Return on common equity, the highest is for 2016 again with 11%. Return on invested capital, again 2016 with 8%. Basic earning power, again 2016 with 11%. Price and earning ratio, the highest is for 2018 with 0.18. And lastly, market and book ratio, let's go with 2016 with 1.57. That's it. I'll pass it to Shazana. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sasikala. So we'll proceed. Next part is trend analysis. So for the first one is the analysis of Dutch Lady Milk Industry Berhad. The first liquidity ratio is decreasing for both ratio from 2016 to 2018 and slightly increased at 2019 and decreased back on 2020. For asset management ratio, for inventory turnover, fixed asset turnover, and total asset turnover, they are a little bit of increasing and decreasing, but constantly. For days sales outstanding, increased from 2016 to 2018, and a little bit remain constant and dropped on 2020. For the next is debt management ratio. Total debt to total capital and time interest earned is constantly same, just slightly different within the 5 years. So for the next one is profitability ratio. For operating margin and profit margin, they are decreasing from 2016 to 2020. Then for return on investment and return on asset, return of total asset and return of total equity, which is not seen here because it was like slightly same, the blue line one, so it was decreased on 2017 and was slowly increased on 2020. And for the return on for ROIC, it was slightly increased to 2018 and decreasing to 2020, and sorry, that for BEP, but for ROIC is decreasing from 2016 to 2017, and increase a little bit more on 2018, and back decrease on 2020. For the market value ratio, the price earning increased from 2016 to 2017, then decreased a little bit 2019, and aggressively increased on 2020. For the market book, just a little bit of increasing within the first 3 years, then decrease for the next year, and for 2020 increase a little bit. Then I'll move to the Fraser and Neff Holding Berhad, or FNN. For the liquidity ratio, the current ratio and the quick ratio have same graph line, which is decreased on 2016 to 2017, and a little bit of decrease, a little bit more within the 2 years, then increase on 2019 and drop again on 2020. For their asset management ratio, for inventory turnover, fixed asset turnover, and total asset turnover, it was constant within the 5 years, but for day sales outstanding, it was increased from 2016 to 2017, it dropped a little bit on 2018, and increased back on 2020. For the debt management ratio, the total debt to total capital was constant within the 5 years, but for time interest earned, it was decreased from 2016 to 2017, but at 2019, it was increased a little bit, then drop again in 2020. For the profitability ratio, it shows that the operating margin, basic earning power, and also the return on invested capital remain constant within the 5 years, but for profit margin, return on equity and return on asset have a little bit of increasing from 2016 to 2017, and drop on 2018, and remain constant until 2020. Then the last is market value ratio. The market book remain constant, even though it slightly increased at 2017. But for the price earning, it was decreased from 2016 to 2017, then increased on 2018, and dropped back in 2020. Then I will continue with the spread reserve. For the liquidity ratio, both ratio are same, which is 2016 to 2017 increase, then drop until 2019, and slowly increased in 2020. For the asset management ratio, the fixed asset and total asset turnover remain constant, just slightly different. Then also same with the inventory turnover, but the day sales outstanding drop from at 2017 until 2019, and slowly increase on 2020. For the debt management ratio, total debt to total capital remain constant within the 5 years, but time interest earned is increasing aggressively. So the next one is the profitability ratio. It shows here that for this 6 line graph here, all have a decrease on 2017, and a little bit increase until 2019. But for profit margin, it continued increase in 2020, while the others remain constant, and the basic earning power decreased also in 2020. Then for the market value ratio, the price earning slightly decreased within the 5 years, and for the market or book ratio decreased at 2018, then a little bit of increasing 2019 and drop back on at 2020. So for the next part, we'll explain about the peer comparison. So this is for the 2016, which here we can see the highest one is FNN for both current ratio and quick ratio. For asset management ratio, um, as we see, the highest for day sales outstanding was FNN, but for day sales outstanding, the lowest one is better because it will make the duration short for the customer to pay back to the company. Then for the debt management ratio, the total debt to total capital, the highest one is FNN. Also same with the time interest earned. For the profitability ratio, Dash Lady, the highest for the all component in the profitability ratio, and for the market value ratio, FNN is the highest for price earning, but the highest for the market or book is Dash Lady. So the next one is 2017. The highest for the liquidity ratio is Spritzer. Then for the both ratio, then for asset management ratio, still same as before. It was FNN, the highest one for the day sales outstanding, and the least one is Spritzer. So it shows that Spritzer have the good or strong for their asset management. Then for the debt management ratio, total debt to total capital is FNN, but for time interest earned is Spritzer the highest. Then the profitability ratio, it shows here FNN have a major highest component for this part profitability, and for the market value ratio, both price earning and market book was highest is Dash Lady. For 2018, the liquidity ratio is same from the previous year. Is preserved for both current and quick ratio. For asset management also same as before. The highest for days sales outstanding is FNN, and the least one is preserved. For the debt management ratio also same with the previous one. The total debt to total capital, the highest is FNN, but the time interest earned is preserved. Profitability ratio back to Dash Lady with the majority highest within the component, and also for the market value ratio, also both ratio price earning and market book is Dash Lady the highest one. Next is 2019. Still same for the Spritzer, the highest one for liquidity ratio. Then for the asset management ratio, also same. FNN the highest for the day sales outstanding, while the Spritzer became the least one. Then for the debt management ratio, also still same. FNN is highest for the total debt and total capital, and Spritzer is the highest for the time interest earned. Profitability ratio also same as before, it was Dash Lady. And for the market value ratio, it was Dash Lady also for both ratio the highest. Then for the last year is 2020, liquidity ratio still same, is Spritzer the highest one. Then asset management ratio, FNN still same, the highest for the day sale outstanding, followed by the Dash Lady, and the least one is Spritzer. Then debt management ratio, also same for the 4 years back then. Total debt to total capital is FNN, and time interest earned is Spritzer. Profitability ratio also same as previous one. Dash Lady the highest for the majority component in this ratio. And also for the market value ratio also same, Dutch Lady remain the highest one for the price earning and also the market book. So next is for the recommendation. So as we analyze all those trend analysis and peer comparison, there is few things that maybe the company can improve. The first one is proper utilization of resources. The second one is timely using current asset, securing the position of the creditors by keeping secure and secure line within a particular limit. Increase return on capital asset, average collection period should be minimized, and also the lastly, proper utilization of working capital. And the last part is conclusion. So the ratio number that divided by another or such really don't mean much, but the ratio can analyze or can be used to make a decision in the company. It was a good strategy to compare the ratio to some sort of benchmark. Then the analyst need some benchmark to find out where the company stand at that particular point. So and lastly, they can use the benchmark and the industry comparison and company trend to improve their company performance. So that's all from us. Thank you.